So here's an idea when we're talking about presentation. No matter what, I think something like your own individual taste is going to become even more important.
They just have no taste. They have absolutely no taste.
We don't really know the future of what AI is going to take away and what it will add. But I think your own taste, your own perspective on things, your own ideas about things is still going to be extremely important. And when it comes to presentation or filmmaking in this case, Orson Welles had said, or allegedly he said, I can't really pin him down on this, but he said, create your own visual style, let it be unique for yourself, yet identifiable to others. So I do think when it comes to presentation or creating videos or whatever, you have your own style. At first we copy things because that's how we learn, but eventually you're going to find your own style through that. And by copying, though, at first you learn a lot of the techniques. So here's something you can do. Look at the world, go out into the world every day, look at the world through a design lens. And this could be aesthetics, functionality, usability, sustainability, whatever it is. Begin to take a critical look at how things are done, processes or graphic design, whatever it is. And this will help develop your own taste. So what I recommend, some things that you can do is one, keep an analog scrapbook. You could look at old magazines or new magazines and catalogs, whatever, menu items, whatever. Just keep those, put them in a folder, things which are good or bad. It could be good examples or they could be bad examples, but that's how we can learn. You can also keep a digital scrapbook. We all have our phones with us 24/7. For example, I just took this one. I thought this was Helvetica, but I think it's actually Arial. You can tell from the terminals on the E and the C. But anyway, this caught my attention, but I'm always taking pictures of things that I see, and then I talk about this with my students and then for my own education as well. So just get used to taking pictures of things that you see, good or bad examples. That's really, really helpful. You can read books on graphic design. So on my Amazon page, for example, I linked a lot of different books on storytelling, but also on design. And that's really important. That's a lost art, is actually reading books, but that's extremely important. Learn to take better photos. Where can you learn to take better photos? We all have if you have a smartphone, you have a very decent camera. And there's a lot of great YouTubers you can just Google that, just search that on YouTube. There's a lot of great photographers on YouTube explaining the basic things like, rule of thirds or leading lines and things like that. Other free things, often free or very low cost things you can do is to visit museums and galleries and just try to learn about what makes a good photo or a good painting, a good drawing. And something I've always talked about is going for long walks in nature, which is called shinrin yoku in Japanese, which is called forest bathing. And this is one of the books that I recommend on it. But there are YouTube videos, so just search for Japanese and forest bathing. So in the third edition of Presentations Zen, I have a call out on forest bathing. I think it's really important for our own mental health and physical health, but also our creativity. So in this book, at the back of the book, he talks about some things you can do, such as leaving behind your phone and camera and other distractions and just going for walks in the park or out in the forest. Of course, this really works harmoniously with something I always preach, which is the idea of just going analog. So when you're out on your walk or you just find a place to sit down and look at nature and brainstorm, or ideas will come to you and you can sketch out your ideas. I think you'll find that a lot of the most creative people that maybe you know them personally or you've heard about them in history, they were the kinds of folks that often went for long walks to get their ideas, and it's just really good for your mental health. Okay, so these are just some of the things that you can work on. Some of the things that are no cost or anyway very low cost. You can get books from the library, for example, if you don't want to buy books. What are things you can do that are very low cost or free that you can work on to get you towards your goal?